Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps Daily Teachings. Before we start, quick disclaimer: anything we discuss is just educational content, nothing is financial advice. Little late video today, was pretty busy evening for me, so I just still wanted to get this recap out. Big start of the earnings season. We've been killing it in the earnings season with our repeatable setups. Yesterday JP Morgan, today the banks, and today also the market was heavy. There was a lot of volatility initially, and then chop rest of the day. So we're going to discuss that. We're going to learn about our earnings setups, how to trade these earnings consistently. We're going to learn about our Ripster MTF cloud setups and the other A plus setups that we trade. Before we do that, just a quick introduction for anybody who's new to my YouTube, new to our X accounts, or new to our community. So we trade a repeatable trading system, the repeatable trading system that I have been teaching from 8-9 years on X, on YouTube, on my Ripster Education free website. I've been teaching this freely to thousands of traders, and thousands of traders are actually using my system, my teachings across the world to trade consistently. Ripster EMA cloud system and also the MTF cloud system that we launched a few years back. We also trade this system. This system is a backbone of our trading community, Tanner Trade Group, which is one of the largest live educational trading community, where we trade this thousands of traders on our trading floor every day, trading with the system. Rule-based trading. This is a rule-based trading. This is not a gut feel, or this is not a too high, buy the dips, short the pops. We do not do that. It's everything is a rule based trading for us. So we make a plan in the pre-market. We make a plan. I'm making a plan in the pre-market live on everything that we trade. Earning setups, new setups, mag 7s. We make a support levels, resistance levels. We have that plan, and then we also have an initial game plan that what we're gonna do. That's the plan I provide to my community members, so they can use the game plan and independently trade these setups. Although I'm live on voice, I'm live on guidance, on live screen, and trading with my traders. But the key is to make everybody an independent trader, successful trader who can trade on their own and don't need any hand holding. So we have this, and we have a bunch of other pre-market plans as well. We trade futures. We provide the future levels to the traders so that they can trade with the future levels, and they can also use clouds to trade them. We trade crypto stocks. We provide the crypto levels in the pre-market. We provide all the leverage ETF, Psych, QQQ, IWM, mag 7 levels as well. We trade IPOs. We trade low floats. We have a lot of tools in our community. We have 3 option flow scanners, stock scanners, breaking news alerts, order flow scanner, MOC scanner, breaking news, news squawk. We have a lot of tools, over $500-600 a month, which are free in a Tenet community for traders to trade. So that being said, will I go through my timestamp recap, and I will also try to highlight. I'll show you any transcripts of what I say on live on the voice. We'll go through all the setups. Let's start. So let's start with SPY, QQQ, NASDAQ future, and ES future trades. So the plan this morning was that the SPY was gapping down, PPI came hard, and tariff news was at 10 a.m. So market gap down, VIX levels 1730, the famous VIX strategy. You can go check it out at ripstereducation.com, VIX trades, and you will find the strategy there. So VIX 1730, 17 key levels, only long if those VIX levels break and the market pushes over 3450. Right, so what does that mean? So that means that since the VIX is, this morning, and let's see here, let's see when the market opened. Yeah, so right here, when the market was opening, if VIX pushes over 17, then we'll short the market. If it breaks down, then we'll long the market. So what happened right out of the gate? Right off the gate, we see that, SPY breaking the pre-market lows, QQQ breaking the pre-market lows. So SPY was short right away, QQQ was short right away, but QQQ kind of swiped back up. So we got out of the short, but when I saw this rejection candle, look carefully when you see this rejection candle right here, so this is where it's rejecting. I told the traders to short it again, right? Because VIX is going up, and of course the Meta is dumping, Amazon, a lot of the mag 7s were dumping, so that gives me a confidence to buy the puts or do the shorts. So right away you hit it, your stops are right here, do not hesitate. You take a position that you're comfortable with, you do not go crazy sizing, you're fine with losing money if it pushes back over that clouds. So we shorted right away, and SPX was a short right away, QQQ and Q, all of the futures and everything was short at the open. So we were short, and I told the traders traders to log some profits into 10 AM. You see that 10 AM, this is the 10 AM, this is the 10 AM. You see the 10 AM bounce here, but then we got a 512 rejection. This is a Ripster 512 rejection. We do not go long. We wait for the rejections on the cloud. We either add more to our shorts and puts, or we hold our positions and we were ready to close if it pushes over that. So from there, rejections, the QQQ, I told the traders that 512 rejection, beautiful rejections, and the target again was low of the day, and QQQ flashed all the way from 622 all the way to 616. It bounced again, rejected again. At the end of the day, it found a support at 615 at daily MTF clouds, my Ripster MTF clouds. That's where it started to find a support, and that's why we exited it, because this was a huge trade from us all the way from 622, 621 to 615. Hundreds of % trade on the options. You're risking $1,000 here, you're making $3,000. That was a beautiful trade. So that was the plan. Nothing crazy, thousands of recaps like this. It was a simple plan to short the market with a VIX strategy. Always look at what Apple, Google, Amazon, those names are doing, because if you look at those names, Meta, which we were short, Amazon, which we were short, Microsoft, everything was short. We will discuss mainly the NVDA shorts, but if you look at all the levels I provide, and I was on the voice, let me see here. So everything was a short, even on the when I was voice, I told everything the market is short right now. You see 931, everything is short there. So let's look at our next short setups that you could, it's a repeatable setup. We do not try to go long when the system told us it's a short. We do not even dare to think about going long. If we do, that's an D minus setup. I do not teach that. I do not recommend it. You might get some bounces here and there, make some money, but statistically going against the clouds, end of the day, overall you will still lose money. So never go against the clouds. Okay, so let's look at the next one here. Next one we're going to take a look at here is in NVIDIA. So NVIDIA was our short. It was a beautiful short today as A plus short because market is heavy. Let's look at the pre-market plan. Of course, we have a pre-market plan. We know the news. So NVIDIA highlighted China custom not allowing NVIDIA chips. News is bearish. Check. 184 support, 185 resistance. So far, bearish bias to short, especially if market heavy under the MTF cloud. So that was the plan. Bearish bias to short if market heavy under the MTF cloud. And what did we do? Right at the open, breaking the MTF cloud, just like the pre-market planning. No hindsight there. Short is on, so we shorted right away. We took the short from 184 all the way to 180s. I covered initial shorts at 180 to 62. Kept some runner, and when it popped a little bit, we re-shorted it and we took all the way to 180. Even the options paid pretty nicely there. You could buy the puts, they paid nicely. So you trade shares, puts, or you can also trade leverage ETF that I teach you guys to trade. NVDL, NVDS, you can trade those. You can buy NVDS if you short on NVIDIA. That's the other way to do it. I have a short selling webinar that I did freely from X. Make sure you guys can watch it and learn from that as well. So that was a beautiful trade, guys, on NVIDIA short. Let's look at one more short that we had. Let's look at Tesla short here. So Tesla was also a short for us today. So let's take a look. So I told the traders that Tesla is an amateur short. Short any pops to the MTF clouds, right? So what was the plan here? Let's go back. The plan on Tesla, monthly subscription for FSD, kind of bullish news, at a key MTF, long or short versus them. Watch the market and amateur move. Okay, so the MTF clouds, I marked it as an MTF cloud. So what do? You short right at the open, it bounces, you cover some, and when I told the traders, use the stops. Initial short we covered at 10 AM, and that close over the 512s, I told them watch 442. So when 442 didn't hold and this rejected, I said it's a short again. So it was a short again at 442, and then it was forming a bear flag. I was on the voice and mentioned that it's forming a bear flag, and we took all the way Tesla down. As you see that, I told on the voice, any pops to the clouds will be good short. The pops to the cloud will be good short. So what did I say at the open? Pops to the clouds will be good short. There's your pop to the MTF cloud, rejected the pre-market level. There was a lot of guidance on the trading floor as well. We literally killed this short on Tesla today. It did kind of bounce a little bit here and there, but this flush was amazing on Tesla. Do not try to go long here, otherwise you'll lose a lot of money, because you're going to try to long this bounce and you do not respect the clouds, and boom, you will lose a lot of money. So do not do that. Respect the clouds. So there was another short on the, for us, that was Oracle. I think Oracle was my voice guidance. Let's see if I can find some transcripts there, but I told the traders to short the Oracle, MTF flush, MTF here, short it, and from that MTF flush, semiconductors was heavy. Also the 200 psychological level did not hold. So this is the power of the 200 psychological level. So that was a 200 psych level. That's why it gives you a risk level, when 200 breaks. The other day we did a breakout over 200, right? So we did a breakout over 200, and today when the 200 is not holding, today we did a short, right? So we did a short here. There was my guidance this morning. Watch Oracle this morning sitting close to 200. Right, and as soon as it broke the 200, I said broke 200, do not touch it long. It's an MTF short. A beautiful short Oracle right at the open. We should get the push as VIX pushes towards 18. We should get more flushes. So that was our MTF Oracle short, and with the 200 psychological level. The other day we did a breakout on Oracle, and this was a short on Oracle. So understand when we are long and when we are short. We are not buying here. We were buying here. The noobs even buy here, and noobs try to short here. We are not noobs. We follow rule-based trading, system-based trading, Ripster cloud system. So this is our risk level. Our cloud system tells you it's bearish. MTF clouds is telling you bearish. 200 psychological level is telling you bearish. You just need to ride these 512 clouds. Keep hitting the short closer to the clouds, just like where we were keep buying closer to the clouds. So that, my friend, was the Oracle short for the traders, for the community. Beautiful, beautiful short. No hindsight, planning, and live guidance. All right, so next one we're going to look at Citigroup. So Citigroup was also a short for us. Let's take a look. So Citigroup was a plan. Let's take a look at plan. Her Citigroup highlighted play, earnings play, highlighted is a red. You know what setups we're going to play. We already know that. The support level, resistance level. Stronger bank, no go under 117. Use that level. So what happens? 117 gone. Boom. It's bearish. Risk is right here. Short it. Told the traders to short it. Even if you short it here, that's fine. You have a $1 stop. Gave the stops 117. So that was a short, and it flushed all the way. Don't really need to tell you anything. Flush, 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 flush. I did tell the traders to cover some at 10 a.m. and I did tell the MTF magnet is our target. So Citigroup was from MTF to MTF, MTF magnet completed. Beautiful winner from 116, 115 all the way to 110, right into the MTF clouds. So these are earning plays, guys. Earning plays. Next one was Wells Fargo. We shorted JP Morgan yesterday. You watched the recap, you watched the short. So there's no excuses. I always say in our community under my teachings, there's no excuses. There's either we lose or we win. But there's always a reason for success. There's always an opportunity of success. Everything is a lesson. We do not make excuses. Oh, I missed this. I could not catch it. By the time I saw it was already low. No, we don't do that. Because remember, we need to be ready. We make excuses when we are not ready. If we know that JP Morgan was bearish yesterday, we shorted it, and even if you're a new trader, I was teaching that, and this morning we know 3 top banks are reporting, ideally they would also sell off because JP Morgan sold off. So what are the support levels? What are we going to do? We know we are going to be bearish. All things left is to get an entry right at the open. Be ready. Do not size big. Take a small. Even if you took at one put, you should have done good. Similarly, Wells Fargo was a short as well. Look here, right here at Wells Fargo, 90-80 support, 91-80 resistance. Watch all the banks bearish bias unless it gets over the 92. Plan spotless. Did it get over 92? No. Broke for MTF clouds? Yes. All the flush short, 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 short. Even if you started with one put on Wells Fargo, even though Wells Fargo is a little illiquid name, let's say you were doing 90 puts, at the open, those 90 puts went from $1.20 to $2.20. Even if you had one contract, you made $100. You had 2 contracts, you made $200, right? So that was the trade. So that was the trade on Wells Fargo. Illiquid, it has illiquid options. Always the shares are much better. So as you see that I told the traders to MTF shorts, Wells Fargo, MTF shorts, stops at 90.70, and we just covered when it curled here. You could cover some, you could re-hit short when it breaks down there. This is called the Ripster 512 failed shorts. All right, so what was the next bank? This is especially for the traders who are in community. What was the next bank? The bank was Bank of America. 53 support, 54.30. Short pops versus yesterday lows. Clear planning. Short pops versus yesterday lows. Bearish bias as long as under 50-55 MTF clouds. So what happened? it popped, you short it, you take all the way down. So beautiful short today. It was just insane day in the community. So that was Wells Fargo. That was Bank of America. Let's go to the next one. All right, so next pair we're going to look at is CRM. CRM was our day 2 loser because we were trying to curl it, but the curl did not work. Let's take a look here. So CRM, we were trying to call it over the 512s, but I did tell the traders if it do not push over 3450, it's not going to work. What happened? It rejected 3450, so it stayed bearish. So what was the plan? The CRM, let's take a look at plan on CRM here. Day 2s, long if it calls over 241.50. So what happened? 241.50 rejected. So we started a long, we took a stop, we took a loss, we moved on. Quick loss, but if it had worked, it would have ran nicely. But again, you could short against the same level when 241.50 is rejected. You could use the same level to short it, no problem at all. So that's how the setups work. That's how you manage the risk. If the long is not working, this is a day 2 long, you move on. So CRM was one of our loser trades today. Let's go to the next one right now. So the next one we're going to take a look at is, let's take a look here. So we're going to look at MSTR and crypto names today. They were all pretty, pretty solid crypto names. I mean, I'm not going to spend too much time. I'm just going to show you that MSTR. These are all morning longs. You could see that MSTR pushed in the morning. BMNR before it puked pushed in the morning. Circle pushed in the morning. So we trade them with the Bitcoin. If you can pause the screen and you're going to look at the crypto levels, once they break these resistance pivots, we long them. You can watch another playlist I do have which talk about crypto. But what I wanted to show you is our pre-market planning. We were ready for crypto gapping up. Check the day 2 sheet, get the crypto sheet for the levels, right? So I also gave IBIT. We trade IBIT as a crypto ETF. The plan was to long it over 54, and IBIT almost gave us more than, I think it gave us $1 here. IBIT from 54.20 all the way to 55.30, $20, $0.30 profit there. So those was a beautiful trade. You could literally take any crypto, but you need to be ready. You need to have your plan, otherwise we have a problem. All right, let's look at the next one. Next one we're going to look at is silver. So what we trade for silver is we trade SLV and we trade AGQ, right? So let's see if I can just show you here. This was all on the floor today. The pre-market planning on the silver was all-time high long if 512 holds, push over the pre-market highs. So I did not really touch it in the middle of the day. We did short this 512 all the way to here, but when this curled, that's when the fun started. So I sent a price alert, SLV cloud crossing the 512 cloud calls. We were short before that, and then we covered our shorts, and all the traders in the community went long. I told the trader every dip is a buy, and then you see the breakout. What did the pre-market planning say? The pre-market planning on silver said, let's take a look. Pre-market planning on silver said breakout over the pre-market highs. So that was another long. So long is here, long is over the pre-market highs. So that was our beautiful trade on silver. Crazy runner. I like to trade AGQ because it has good range, but you see that from that curl or from AGQ ran from 252 all the way to 264. You could literally make around 100 shares. You could make them more than $1,000. You're risking what on this curl? You're risking like $200. So that's how you trade it, guys. Silver, I think maybe in another video we can discuss the daily chart. Pretty crazy, going up and squeezing, a lot of macro behind it. But definitely, when it flushes, when it breaks down, it's not going to break down crazy in a one day, but when it does, we will be ready for that too.